welcome to another episode of the Albino RHino beer review. Today we are drinking a beer that was sent to me by Steve in BC. So today we will be drinking this from Hoyne Brewing. This is the Helios Dortmunder Golden Lager. So Helios Dortmunder Golden Lager. Now Dortmunder's in Germany. Dortmunder export is what they're best known for, and a Dortmunder export would fall under the light lager category, technically, according to the BJCP. Whether or not you agree with them doesn't matter. I'm just giving slight little bits of history here. This is 6% alcohol by volume, and it says that it is mild on the hops, pale on the color, pale on the malts, well, almost medium on the malts. It's almost going into that medium thing, and kind of ambery, golden amber, maybe brassy on the color on their little chart over here. Now, it's been a long time since I've taken Greek and Roman mythology, so I don't remember, if this is a wholly true story here. Give you a bit of mythology about Helios. And before you ask, yeah, I took Greek and Roman mythology as electives in university. Helios, sun god, and his 4 winged steeds pulled the sun each day across the sky, giving us light, warmth, and the gift of sight. One fateful day, Helios was persuaded to hand the reins over to his son, Fatlian, who quickly lost control of the powerful steeds, steering dangerously close to the earth. The planet was scorched. Northern Africa turned to desert. Zeus, furious, struck Platon down with a thunderbolt and returned Helios to his winged chariot. Platon, an immortal, took his place among the constellations. Sam Hoyne, brewmaster. So I don't know if that story is fully true or not, because I don't remember. It's been so long since I've taken my mythology courses. Let's pop her open. She is a little colder than I personally enjoy my beers, but as a Dortmunder export, I'm probably at the right temperature. And I'm going to be drinking it out of my Molson M glass, and again, 6% alcohol. Now, these Molson M glasses, I've said it years ago when I used them last, that the small bottle-sized ones are really, really sharp looking, and these larger pint ones aren't so much. But these glasses were made to be brought into high-end eating establishments, because this was when beer pairings were becoming really big, and establishments were starting to buy beer to pair with their meals instead of just wine. So they thought that these glasses would look really nice on the table. And I mean, this glass isn't a bad-looking glass, but the smaller one is just so much more delicate and shapely that it does look better. And you know what? I don't care that I'm drinking out of a Molson glass. Shut the fuck up. I'll drink out of any glass if I like it. And I like this glass. I think it's a nice looking glass. Anyway. Yeah. That's like a brassy gold. A tiny, tiny bit of haze. Lots of carbonation moving. Big white head, but it's not moving away too fast. So there's just a slight little snap crackle in there. Now, I know it's a little colder than I like to drink my beer at, but there's still not much on here. I'm getting like a little bit of lemon and grapefruit off the bottle, and nothing else really. I'm not even getting my telltale like weedy, grainy sweetness. Anyway, let's try the beer. Cheers. It's a beer. It's a beer. It's a beer, it's a beer, it's a beer. There's nothing wrong with this beer. It's just a beer. I mean, this beer right here, there is absolutely nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing to really make it stand out against anything else. It would be a great camping beer. It would be a great picnic beer. It would be a great watching the game with your buddies beer. It would be a great pizza and wing beer. It would be just that standard beer thing. You know, when you watch a movie and they just have a beer, they walk into a place with their buddies and they're like, give me a beer, and a beer is put up on the counter. Not necessarily any brand you can tell, just a beer. And I think that's the reason why I hate customers so much, is because they watch a movie and come into a bar and go, give me a beer. What fucking beer do you want? This isn't the fucking movies. Excuse me. It's just a beer. Has a little bit of grainy sweetness. I can't even say malted sweetness because it's not coming off as that like caramel or molasses or just under attenuated malt or anything else that usually comes with malt. It's just a neutral cereal grain sweetness. Nothing wrong with that. Just what it is. And you get that. Well, I'm getting that, and then it fades to a slight grapefruit and slight lemon taste in the hops, and then a slight grassy note in the hops, and then it fades to nothing. And in the middle, it's basically soda water. It's not a complex beer, but it doesn't have to be a complex beer. That's not what it's meant to be. It's a golden lager, and it's not a golden lager that I think is going full out bougie. Excuse me, because well, I guess it kind of is going bougie, because it does kind of taste like a macro. Except the hops on the background are a lot nicer, and the forefront sweetness is a lot cleaner. But unlike a lot of craft breweries when they make just a lager, this isn't over hopped, because that pisses me off. When you just go out and you make a lager and you over hop it to high fucking hell, you make me angry. This, however, it does not make me angry. It's a nice little beer. And the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm starting to pick up a little bit more bitterness on the background. Not just a little bit more of that grassy, dirty bitterness right on the background that reminds you that you're drinking a German-style beer. Just like more, it's like it's a mixture of North American and noble hops, and I'm perfectly happy with that too. It works really well. No, there's not much else to say about it. It's a beer. It's a beer. I've talked too much about just plain old beer. Thank you, Steve, for sending this. I actually really enjoy this in the fact that like this would be a beer on Beer Dweebs United that I'd drink like 3 bottles of during the feed and then be done and not have cared, because it's just that nice of a beer, and whether it be cold or warm or whatever, I probably wouldn't give a shit. Gonna give it a straight up 7 out of 10. I can recommend it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's just nothing spectacular about it that makes me want more. Drinkability wise, probably an 8 or a 9 out of 10, because I mean I could see anyone drink this. You like Coors Light, you could probably drink this. A little hoppier than Coors Light, sure, so you might not like it on your first sip, but you could drink this. You drink, say, I don't know, Coors Banquet. If Coors Banquet is more your thing, you could do this. If you like Sleeman's, because Sleeman's actually kind of has a really nice taste at times, you would like this. Schooner, Moosehead, that type of stuff. You could drink this perfectly fine. So, yeah. I'm going to say a 7 out of 10, but it is probably one of the most drinkable and most approachable beers I've had in a very long time. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you again, Steve. Bye-bye.